A very good evening to one and all. I, Ruby Gill, welcome all the attendees and our prestigious speakers on the behalf of Lovely Professional University for today's webinar on the topic Technology and Innovative Dimensions of Agriculture at LPU. So attendees, today you will savor a feast of knowledge from our revered speakers. So allow me to introduce them. Dr. Chandra Mohan Mehta, Associate Professor, Deputy Dean, School of Agriculture. A dynamic professional with postdoctorate from GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, he has been very instrumental in research when it comes to education. To his credit, he has more than 35 publications in highly reputed journals, and his research interest lies in plant-microbe interaction. He has traveled many countries as visiting scientist and academic guest as well. So it's a privilege to have you, sir. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, ma'am.
Likewise, I would humbly welcome our Edu-Webinar of highest caliber and repute, Mr. Vishal Bajaj, student of batch 2015 of BSc Honours Agriculture. He's a dynamic entrepreneur operating his startup Kisan Chaiwala, and he has also worked on a project on installing community bio toilet at Panipat district under Swachh Bharat mission. Also, with his life project AgroNext Farmer Application, he has educated the farmers about the use of digital agro-based technology. So Vishal, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, ma'am, for introducing us.
Additionally, I welcome our admission expert, Ms. Rachna Bajaj, Senior Assistant, Lovely Professional University. So attendees today, she'll give you an insight of eligibility, fee, scholarship, which I'm sure will save a lot of money of yours. And in addition to that, she'll also be sharing the infrastructure part of the university. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. So with this, we'll start today's webinar. So over to you, Dr. Chandra Mohan Mehta, for the content of the day.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, one and all. So today we are going to talk about technology and innovative dimension of agriculture. So if you see this picture over here, this completely relate with the topic that what we are going to talk about today. So if I talk about the technology, or if I talk about the agriculture, so this picture is reflecting from where we have started. So we all know that years, decade, or 1,000 years back, we have started agricultural practices. And if you look into this roadmap, if I say roadmap, that means we are starting from top to bottom. So you can see that how this technology has been changed, or how the agriculture practices has been changed. In the initial phase, the manpower is completely required for the agricultural practices. Then in the next phase, we have moved to the livestock, use of livestock animals for cultivation practices. Then we have gone with the more advanced technology, and at present you can see that we are using this mechanical power, that or power machinery, for our cultivation practices. But it is not the end over here. Still we have to move further, because this is an ongoing process, and we have to change ourselves, we have to change our technology to meet the demand of the present agricultural practices or present scenario. Now, in agriculture, why technology and innovation needed? That is becoming a very big question, that why we are talking about technology and innovation in agriculture. You can see the fact over here. In the left side, if you see that, the left picture that is represented as now, it is presenting you that how much produce we are having at present, or how much production of crops we are having at present, or how much food that we are growing at present. But if you see into by 2050, what will be the requirement? Because population is increasing, we are having limited land resources, so we need to fulfill the requirement of food. And if you compare the present scenario by 2050, you can see there is requirement of more than 60% of food that we are growing at present. That means we have to cultivate more than 60%, or we have to have more than 60% produce that we are having right now. And it is not only I'm talking about an individual crop. So if you look into the right side picture, it is applicable for your corn, rice, wheat, pulse crop, seeds crop, everything, right? So now this is becoming a kind of challenge for us. We are having limited land resource. We cannot extend our land resources, but we have to cultivate 60% more that we are cultivating right now. Now, with the common practices that we are following at present, it is not possible. That is very true. We have to move into the next phase so that we can achieve the target that we are looking for. Now, what you see that what are the major challenges in agricultural practice, or if I'm talking about this food part all over the world? It is being estimated by FAO that at present, 1/3 of the food produced for human consumption in the world is either lost or wasted. That means if I am growing 100 kg of something, out of that 1/3 portion is being lost or being wasted. So we don't have proper management practices. We don't have proper utilization practices. This is the first and foremost challenge in agricultural practices at present. And if I talk about the second part, you can see that crop value loss. Usually we are saying post-harvest loss. And you can see this is the Indian scenario where what we are talking about, and it is represented in crores, right? And in Indian scenario, every year, if I am talking about the crop value loss for fruits and vegetables, you can see that 40,000 crore we are losing because of this post-harvest loss of fruits and vegetables. 20,000 crore because of cereals. Less than 10,000, that is 8,000 crore, that is because of oilseed. So if I'm concluding all these, then it will come around 60 to 70,000 crore loss of the crop value. Now, this is the second most challenge that we are having. This is the major challenge that we are facing, because we are growing our crop, we are having good yield. Even having good yield, we are not able to get the optimum yield, optimum price out of it. Why? Because we don't have that kind of technology so that we can preserve them for a very long period. Fruits and vegetables, those are highly perishable. If we don't have cold storage, so we cannot store them for prolonged duration. And during the transport, many of the crops or many of the fruits and vegetables, they got perished, right? Or they got deteriorated. So we need to focus on these areas while we are talking about agriculture. So now we have to talk about technology and innovation into this part. And this is the Indian agriculture scenario at present. If I'm talking about, around 58% of Indians are engaged in agricultural practices, which is a huge number. 18% of GDP is contributed by agriculture in India, and 60% of overall Indian agriculture GDP only by animal farming and horticulture. And 11% of Indian agriculture production increased in the past 14 years. Even we are not reaching at 1% 1 year increase. So how we can reach up to 60% in 25 years, in upcoming 25 years? So the target is just doubled. So that means we have to think now. We have to think about the technology. We have to think about what kind of major problems we are having, what kind of possible solutions are there, so that we can achieve what we are expecting by 2050. You may have heard this term that what can we do? The double farmers income. This is a very known quote for all the farmers, that yes, we are looking for doubling the farmer incomes. Now the question comes into the mind, how we can do that? Is it like that if we are providing them 2,000 rupee for 100 kgs, now we are going to provide 4,000 for the same 100 kg? No, that is not going to be possible. It is not logical. What we have to think of, we have to think of the cost of cultivation. How much cost is coming into the cultivation part, and how much yield or how much benefit I'm getting out of it. So that means I have to talk about the management practices. I am growing a crop. How effectively or how efficiently I am growing that crop with the limited resources. If I'm talking about limited resources, that means I'm providing the required thing to the soil itself, to the plant itself. Generally, this is a common practice in Indian agriculture scenario that once we are talking about, okay, there is a certain problem, there is a particular fertilizer requirement into the field, there is a recommended dose of fertilizer. But we are never focusing on what is the current status of that particular land. If I'm talking about nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium ratio, what is the exact status? Then only I will decide what will be the recommended dose of fertilizer. But what generally we are doing, okay, so this for this crop, this is the recommended dose of fertilizer, 100, 60 kg. So I am applying that. Even I'm not applying that, I'm applying more of that. Because this is the thought process of the farmer. Okay, so if we are asking them to apply 5 kg, he will be thinking of, okay, what will happen with 5 kg? Let's go for 7 kg. So that extra 2 kg is not going to help the land or not going to help the crop, but it is creating extra cost, or it is adding extra cost into the cultivation part. So we have to think of all these areas, and who will be providing solution for that? An agriculture graduate. Because during your agriculture graduation, you will be getting all these technology things, all the basic requirement, what we are going to do, how we are going to, what is the basic requirement, how we have to manage this. So if you are having the actual learning of all these things, then in future, you will be able to achieve the goal that we are talking about. Now, this is a very good quote that I found somewhere, that sometimes change is what we need. Right now, in most of the Indian agricultural practices, we are following this practice. But now, yes, definitely, in coming years, we have to shift into this part. It seems impossible right now, but in future, it will be the truth, or it will be the picture that we are waiting for. Otherwise, we cannot achieve what we are looking for, right? So what you can see into the right side picture, that we are more towards the technology part. So this technology requirement is definitely there. It is not like that we were using the same practice 10 years back or 20 years back, and now after 10 or 20 years we'll be following the same practice. No, we are not going the same yield after 20 years. Even we are getting the same yield, good yield at the present era, right? So now there is requirement of change. There is requirement of technology in agricultural practices. I guess everybody has heard about the Israel, right? Everyone know that country. They have adopted tremendously these technologies. In every individual fact or every individual aspect, they are using these technologies. So now this is the time in Indian agricultural practices also, we have to move into this area. I'm saying that yes, it is not possible that in 1 year or 2 years we can achieve this, but slowly and steadily we have to move into this area. So we will be talking about not just farming, we have to think about smart farming. I guess many of the pictures you can find in internet nowadays, we are talking about IoT based systems, Internet of Things, GI based things. So the farmers, how they are doing these things, they are sitting in a particular place and they are having each and every information about their land. Okay, in a particular land area where there is a problem, in which patch we are having problem. Otherwise, what generally we are doing, we can see, okay, there is a particular area where we are having weed infestation, and then what we are doing, we are applying this herbicide in all over the land, which is not required in the other area because there was no weed. But yes, this is the common practice, so we are applying this. If there is a kind of disease attack in a particular patch, then we are applying the insecticide, pesticide, or disease management things in all over the land. We exactly don't know what is the nutrient status in different patches. We cannot say that there is a 1 acre land and in every point we will be having same nutrient status. So we need to have that information. We need to have the daily information. We need to have the daily weather condition, weather forecast, so that according to these information, we can plan the things, we can execute our agriculture practices. And by doing all these things, only we can achieve that what we are talking about. So technology advancement is must in agricultural practices, whatever we are talking about at present. And as an agriculture worker, what will be our role? You can see that if we are talking about agriculture graduate, he's having lots of opportunity. He can work into different sectors. Like if I'm talking about agriculture education, agriculture communication, agronomy, soil science is there, plant breeding is there, economics is there, engineering is there, farming practices, animal science, food science. All these areas are open to an agriculture graduate, and he or she can contribute in these areas for the upliftment of the farmer, for the upliftment of the agricultural practices. So while you are doing your graduation, you always need to focus on these things. Okay, what will be your role after 4 years while you are completing your degree? What will be your role to the community or to the agriculture community, to the farming community? So you have to have that kind of information with you so that you are learning your things in that way. And while you are graduating, you will be acquainted with all the technology, all these information, so that you can help to the farmers and you can help to achieve the goal of future in the agriculture part. Now, if we talk about these technology, we have talked about all these things. Then why LPU? Why we should select LPU? If I'm talking about an agriculture program, I have to learn the technology. I have to think into the innovation part. Then why LPU? And if I'm talking about why LPU, there are two major things. The first thing is that it is accredited by ICER. So we are having that approval. Yes, we are providing the correct education in agriculture sector, which is recognized by ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. So we became the first private university in 2018 who got this ICAR accreditation. After that, since our university is situated in Punjab, so they are having another mandate that yes, if you are running an agriculture program, you have to have affiliation from Punjab State Council of Agriculture Education. They are having set parameters. If we are fulfilling those parameters, then only they are allowing us to run our program. So recently in last year, we have received that affiliation also. So we are fulfilling the mandates which are required for running an agriculture program in an appropriate way or in a most efficient way. And if I talk about the programs that what we are offering over here, that is we are offering UG program, undergraduate program, that is basic honors agriculture. And along with that, we are offering almost all the master's program in agronomy, genetics, plant breeding, soil science, entomology, pathology, horticulture, fruit science, floriculture, and vegetable science. And once we are talking about these programs, what we are offering in these programs, if I talk about graduation, BSc Honors Agriculture program, so this is the roadmap of BSc Honors Agriculture program. So we can divide this program into 4 different years: first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. And what kind of learning or what kind of knowledge we are sharing with the students in these years? If you see into the first year, we are providing you the basic and fundamental information of these courses. Since you are new to the agriculture practices, so we are providing you all the information, basic and fundamental information about the agriculture practices. Now, what kind of crops are there? How you identify this? What kind of seeds are there? What are the soil properties? So all these things are being shared with you so that you are acquiring this basic knowledge of agriculture. While you are moving to the second year, you are having this basic knowledge of agriculture. Now we are talking more about principle and technology, that what kind of technology we can adopt to grow our crop properly. So we will be having more principle based course or technology based course. Now you have completed 2 years while moving to the third year, you will be talking about production system. That means now we are providing you a specific land where you can execute the things what you have learned under the guidance of faculty. So you will be performing the experiments under the guidance of faculty so that you can be aware that how the things are happening into the field. And while you are moving to the fourth year, this fourth year is specifically designed in a way that you don't have any kind of theory or practical courses over there. You will be only having the training based programs. You will be learning you will be having the skill sets development over there, entrepreneurship development over there. You will be having ELP module. You will be having RAWE over there, so that you suppose you want to start your own business. For example, you want to start your own business in mushroom cultivation. So for 4 to 5 months, you will be learning each and every individual process which is involved over there while you are doing this mushroom cultivation. Similarly, we are having multiple numbers of ELP units where the students are learning all these things, so that while you are completing your degree, you are eligible for your jobs, you are eligible for private or government jobs, you are eligible for higher studies, as well as if you want to start your own business, you can start that because you are having that learning. And these are some of the glimpses which reflecting that what kind of activities are going on in School of Agriculture. So these pictures are taken from agricultural land. So you can see the students are working on commercial flower production, beekeeping, mushroom cultivation, nursery management, seed production, vermicomposting part. And along with this, you can see that what kind of cultivation practices and how the students are doing their experiments into the field, or how the students are performing their activities into the field. You can clearly see into this part. So this whole area belongs to School of Agriculture, and you are having a huge land area where you can perform or where you can execute whatever you are having learning from the agriculture program. So once you are doing this agriculture graduation, yes, the field knowledge is required. But along with that, we know that industry is playing a major role whenever we talk about any agricultural practices, because all the chemicals, fertilizer, pesticide, insecticide, those are coming from the market, from the industry. And once our student is moving to the industry, he need to have that knowledge that okay, so these things are being implemented into the industry and how the industry is working. So for that, every year many of our students are getting intensive into these different industries. Hopefully you have heard about the Syngenta. So they are offering a risk project over here. Every year students are going into the industry, and then they are doing their lab experiments, field experiments. They are working with the farmers, and then they are guiding to the farmers also in this regard with the help of industry. If I talk about a roadmap for master's program, so this is 2-year program. After completing your graduation, you will be having first year, which is more about principal and modern technology. So what kind of advanced technology are being used in agricultural practices? So you'll be learning that into first year. Second year will be more about the research based things. There are so many problems into the agriculture area. So we are identifying those problem statements, and then the students are working in those areas, looking for the possible solution into those areas. If I talk about the programs, MSc programs, you can see this is more about research, what kind of research is going on. I have just highlighted that in agronomy part, you can see these kind of experiments which are going on into the agriculture field. For genetics and plant breeding, they are working on the hybrids. You can see some glimpse over here. And then soil science, they are working on soil quality and soil improvement, irrigation part, soil fertility part, soil nutrient management part. So many of the students are working in those areas. These are some of the glimpses. And in plant pathology part, there are certain diseases which are infecting the plants, and then many of the students are working on the possible solution of these diseases. They are working on these practices. Entomology part, yes, insects and pests, those are also creating lots of problem to the crops. So the students are learning the management practices of these crops, and then they are also learning about the natural insects which are controlling these other insects which are harmful. So they are working on this area also. And horticulture, you may have seen that first slide where we were talking about a major loss is there in agricultural practices. That is because of this post-harvest loss of fruits and vegetables. So if I talk about post-harvest loss, you can see that we are having very good produce. But the only challenge is we need to store them for prolonged duration. So many of students are working on post-harvest management of these fruit crops or vegetables also. You can see that some of the students, they are working on this papaya, then you are having pomegranate over there, then guava. So they are creating a kind of new formulation or new formulation coating where they can find the solution. Okay, if we can extend the shelf life up to 2 days or 3 days, it creates lots of changes into the agriculture sector. So many of the students are working on that so that we can extend the shelf life of the produce that we have grown in the form of vegetables and fruits also. You can see that floriculture and landscaping, it is having a huge market. You can see there is an individual flower you can get out of 40 or 80 rupees into the market. So we need to know the technology, because there are certain problems into the flowers also, how we have to cultivate them, how we have to control the disease, insect, pest, fertility, all these things. So students are learning into these area, they are doing their experiments into these area, and they are creating so many things from these flowers. And similarly, the vegetable areas, we are having different scenario. Nursery production is there, insect pest management is there, post-harvest management is there, as I have discussed earlier. So with this, I'm concluding my talk over here, and this is a very interesting and very good quote given by George Washington: agriculture is the most helpful, most useful, and most noble employment of man. So what else we can expect from this program once we are talking about agriculture program? So with this, having any, I'm thanking you all to listening me. If you are any questions, so you can ask these questions. I will be happy to answer them. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your vision. And sir, we have our alumni with us. So I would request you to kindly interact with him to ask him about his experience
Yes.
and he wants to advise something to our attendees.
Okay. Okay. This is a very nice day because we are having our alumni with us, right? So you can see in the screen that Mr. Vishal Bajaj is there, who is agriculture graduate from lovely professional university. And right now he is doing his masters from GB Pant University. Along with that, he is co-founder of Kisan Chai Wala. First of all, Vishal, I would like to welcome you to joining the session. I hope everything is fine at your end.
Sir, thank you for such a warm welcome, and it's a uh, very fine day, and it's very good to be here in front of the upcoming agri entrepreneurs or agri students.
So I'm just asking few questions to you that how you will share your experience at LPU, that what kind of experience you have got and how it helped you to get the things that you are that you are having right now.
So whatever today I am, it is because of LPU, because it's because when I enter, like when I took admission in 2015, I'm a normal, I belong to a normal family and normal area. But when I enter to the LPU and in the School of Agriculture, it totally changed my attitude, my behavior, my ethics. Because and apart from this, the lovely LPU provide me all the thing what I want, either in terms of academics, either in terms of extra activities, either in terms of placement, either in terms of anything, whatever a agri graduate need in their academics. I achieved all the things, and including this, all the faculty members are very helpful, from dean, respected Ramesh sir, Dr. Chandramohan sir, and Homraj sir, and all the faculty, students, and even the NCC, NSS. So it give me overall development of my attitude and my ethics, so that afterwards I placed in the MNC Rallies India, and working for 1.5 years. Afterwards, I joined as a district manager in the agriculture and insurance. Then I took to achieve my long-term dreams. I took admission in the College of Agribusiness Management, Pantnagar, affiliated with the GB Pant University, and also uh, LPU also initiate the ideas in my mind. It also helped me to implement in the practical way. Due to this thing, I'm starting my own startup, that is Kisan Chai Wala.
Thank you so much. Tell me one thing, that what difference you find right now? You are in GB Pant University, right? What things you are missing over there, what you have in LPU, or what you had in LPU?
The first thing I'm missing, the the food. Here
Okay.
the food is so delicious, and I'm missing the fried rice in the 25th block, in the seventh in the 25th block, 7th floor. We have a mess. So and in Delhi, I am taking my lunch there, fried rice. So I'm the first thing is I'm missing that fried rice, and the second thing is the crowd that LPU have in terms of it kind of mini world or mini state, like mini India and mini world. The student from all part of the India, student from all part of the world from the different corners. So I'm missing this thing. And the third thing is the liberty to do anything, like whatever idea came in your mind, anything. I go to my professors, go to my dean, go to the students affair, and give my proposal. And after giving my proposal, the next day, the my proposal is granted. Do whatever do, either in terms of anything. Means help you help me to achieve the risk taking. Means being a risk taker,
Okay,
and that is
thank you.
very helpful. That is very helpful for me.
Okay. And one more question is there. What will be your suggestion to the students who are joining LPU right now? So they are there in this session. So what will be your suggestion? What will be your guidance to them so that it will help them to achieve what they are looking for?
My suggestion is that now world that today education is changing, like it is a dynamic. It is a dynamic, and it is not that we are the student entering in the agriculture program, so he or she only learn the agriculture or allied subjects. But when it enter to the corporate world or any sector, so the student is to be dynamic. Means they have to excel in the IT skills, they have to excel in the professional skills, their personal skills. So whatever the course you adopt, so you make it the overall development of your personality. So whenever you face any interview, any group discussion, any type of exam, so you are mentally prepared on the spot.
Okay, very true, very true. So this is all from my end, but I'm asking that if there are certain participants who are having certain question with Mr. Bajaj also, so they can ask the question and he will be happy to answer that, I hope.
Thank you so much, sir. And Mr. Vishal, thank you so much for sharing your experience and inspiring our attendees as well. So yes, sir, we have few queries with us. So I'll take up those queries. So there's a student known as Gurmehar Kaur. She wants to know about in which semester of her course we'll be able to practically perform or practically invent the tools related to the field of agriculture.
Okay, I would like to ask Mr. Bajaj to answer this question because he has done his graduation from here. So this will be more appropriate if he answered this question, that what he learned or
uh,
what are the basic things.
So, the basic things starting is from the first semester we have. So the basic tools which we use in the agriculture is like secateurs, horticulture tools, agriculture tools, soil testing, and the it came in the starting of the first semester. The more the we went to the different semester, the difficult not a difficulty level, the level is means changing. So apart, we have the experimental ELP program in the first semester, second semester, in which we have to survey the go to the field, only go to the field and observe what we have in the nature. So this is the thing. Then afterwards we go to the field. We have the experimental learning program 2. We have the RAWE rural agriculture work experience. We have a farmers and interaction sessions. So by semester to semester, the level changes, and the like agriculture knowledge is in the LPU you got from the starting level, from the low to higher level.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, so most of the things Vishal already talked about that. So I would like to add on few things over there. So once you are talking about this agriculture program, the agriculture program is not a kind of thing that we can learn from the classroom teaching. This is more about the field training or field practices, right? And without doing the field things or field experiments, you cannot learn anything. In this COVID situation itself, we have faced lots of challenges. But it was not like that we have not provided any kind of experimental things to the student. Even the student was residing in their houses, residing into their areas, residing into their villages. We have asked them to perform certain kind of basic experiment that they can conduct at home itself. It may be the growing a plant, it may be doing kind of some seed testing, it may be kind of performing different nutrient analysis, it may be performing some organic farming experiments, so that they can have the actual learning over there. Now, while you are coming over here, as Vishal already talked about this, from the very first year, every individual course is associated with the practical course. So whenever we talk about the theory, it is having the equal weightage is having there for the practical part. So you are performing the practical also what you have learned in the theory part. So for every individual course, if I'm talking about agronomy, soil science, all the courses, we are having all these inputs.
Thank you so much. So there's another question from Karan Leaves. He wants to know that he wanted to invent something so that the lifetime of crops or vegetables or fruits increases while storing it. So how can we achieve this at an LPU? Like how faculty, School of Agriculture will help him?
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat this question because the voice was breaking, so I was not able to hear that.
All right. I'll repeat it again. Okay, so I'll repeat it again. The question is from Tanvir Singh. He wants to know that he wants to invent something to increase the lifetime of vegetables. So, how LPU helps or how School of Agriculture?
Ma'am, can you write that into chat box? Even still, I'm not
Yeah,
getting it.
the voice is equal. Why? Okay, so is it
Vishal, can you hear
fine?
that question?
I believe that the issue has been resolved and the voice is not echoing now. Is it okay, sir? Can you hear me properly now?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir? Dr. Chandramohan, sir? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Sorry, ma'am. Yeah. But I was not able to listen the question because the voice was breaking, so
No
it was
problem,
not clear to
sir.
me that what kind of
Yes,
question
there was
is
a
being asked.
technical glitch.
So if
Yes,
it
sir.
is possible, then you can write it in the chat box also.
No, sir, I'll say it again. I'll say it again, sir.
Vishal, if you have heard that question, so you can answer also. There is certain question.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question because its voice is not.
Of course, of course. I'll repeat it again so that other attendees can hear that question. So the question is from Karan Veer. He wants to know that you want to invent something to increase the lifetime of crops or the vegetables or the fruits. So how LPU can assist him or help him to do so? So is the faculty
Okay.
of School of Agriculture facilitate this? Yes. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. So the question is that the student is looking to work into the increasing the shelf life of the things, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
we are having horticulture department. Along with that, we are having food technology department. So these two departments are directly associated with this particular part, what you are talking about. If we are talking about horticulture part, suppose you are talking about any fruits and vegetables. So that I have presented into the slide also, that many of the students are working on post harvest management part. That means how we can increase the shelf life. There are certain chemicals, there are certain formulations which we can create or which we can formulate. Those can help to increase the shelf life of the particular thing. Along with that, we are having food technology department also, where we are talking about the packaging part also, right? The packaging is also very important, because once we are having a kind of fruit or vegetable, so how efficiently we are doing that packaging, it play a major role. And we also talk about the nutrient status. It is not just increasing the shelf life, it is also to maintain the nutrient levels into the fruits and vegetables that we are talking about. So there are so many experiments, many of the students are performing their experiment into the area, and LPU is having that expertise, so that If you want to work into this area, yes, we are having capable faculties, capable researchers, scientists who can help you into this part.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, last but not the least question. So, Dr. Chandramohan Mehta, a student, attendee wants to know that he is planning to go abroad after the bachelor's. So, what kind of career prospects will be there after completing this course in particular?
Okay, so for that, I think the first thing that you have to do, you have to come to the university. So you can see our block, and then you can see the display over there, that how many students they have completed their graduation from here, and then where they are right now. They are in Germany, they are in Finland, they are in Norway, they are in Europe, they are in UK, they are in Canada, they are in Australia, and along with the fellowship. I'm not talking about they are paying the things from their pocket. They are getting full scholarship from there. So we are having a specific division over here, Division of International Affairs, where we are directly coordinating with the international universities. Also, we are having tie-ups with them. We are working on the student exchange program also. And even once you are completing your degree, we are providing you opportunity that you can apply to these universities and you can get scholarship from there, and you can pursue your master's or PhD from there also. So we are having that all kind of facilities over here.
Thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Ms. Rachna Bajaj. So over to you, ma'am, for the admission part of the university.
Okay, so good evening everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and safe at your home. So I'll be just quickly sharing the glimpse of the university which you will be joining this year or most probably in the coming years. So first up in the list we have LPU breaking the record when 13 LPU students participated in Tokyo Olympics 2020 and brought laurels to India. Moving ahead with the campus life and exposure offered, as a student, make sure that you enjoy your campus life and gain as much as exposure you can. And if I talk about LPU students have got several opportunities to interact with Nobel laureates, and not just this, they have participated in national and international level events as well. So I'll be just quickly showing a few of the events which have been conducted at LPU. First up in the list, we have 106th Indian Science Congress with the focal theme, Future India, Science and Technology, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi. We also had Nobel laureate Dalai Lama for the 5th convocation at LPU. We also had former President of India, late Sri Pranab Mukherjee, for the convocation twice at LPU. Late Sri Arun Jaitley for the inauguration of LPU Startup School. A very familiar face, Gaur Gopal Das ji, who interacted with the students and guided them about life. Some of the heartthrobs, we had Shah Rukh Khan, we had Deepika Padukone, we had Sonam Kapoor, MS Dhoni, and several others. Now, I'll be just quickly showing you the infrastructure, the laboratories, the classrooms, the theaters which are available for our students at LPU campus, because you will be making several memories in these blocks. So this is an outside view of our amphitheater. We have 2 to 3 amphitheaters where several Nukkad theater acts take place. An inside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal auditorium with a capacity of 2,500 audience, being the largest in this region. An inside view of our 4-storied central library with approximately 20 lakh books, and not just this, students also have access to these books in online mode as well. Our university mall, let's take you inside this university mall. It has all the basic facilities, like if I talk about stationery, electronic gadgets, clothing, or dining areas. Domino's is there. But academics, we want our students to enjoy, play games. We have bowling area, pool inside the university mall, inside view of our gymnasium. University hospital facility available 24 hours with ambulance facilities, be it related to eye specialists, dental facilities, or chemist shop, or etc. So now this is an outside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Stadium. It has several sports facilities like a proper Olympic level swimming pool, into 12 badminton courts, shooting area, beautiful picture clicked by one of our students, and a mesmerizing night view of our hostels. So now let's move ahead with the another topic of our today's interaction, that is the fees, the scholarship, and how you can apply for it. So what you have to do is just visit our website www.lpu.in, and on the top you will see an icon of admissions. And we have segregated all the programs as per your qualification, like after 12th, after graduation, and after post-graduation. So let's say if you are interested in BSc Agriculture Honors Program, which is an after 12th, just click here, and all the programs which are available at LPU, all the disciplines which are available at LPU will be in front of you. And here I'll click on Agriculture and BSc Honors Agriculture. So as you can see that this program is for 4 years, approved by ICAR. Moving ahead, the eligibility, which clearly states that the student needs to qualify LPU NEST exam, which is National Entrance and Scholarship Test conducted by LPU, with 60% aggregate marks in 12th with English, physics, chemistry, or maths, or biology, or forestry, or 12th or intermediate with agriculture as a subject, or 2 years diploma in agriculture after 12th or equivalent, subject to qualifying LPU test. Moving ahead, you can see some of the research related criteria, the student achievements, the curriculum for next 4 years. And here comes the another important aspect, that is the fees and the scholarship. Although the without scholarship fees for this program goes 1,20,000 per semester, but we have different categories on the basis of which you can avail scholarships. So let's say if you score between 80 to 89.9% in your diploma or 12th, you will directly fall in category 3, that is of 18%, and your fees will be reduced to 98,400 per semester. If you score even better, you score between 90 to 94.9%, you will directly fall in category 2, that is of 28%, and your fees will be reduced to 86,400 per semester. Last but not the least, if you score 95% or above, you will directly fall in category 1, that is of 38%, and your fees will be reduced to 74,400 per semester. Moving ahead, you can see some other special scholarships available in this program that is related to innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship. If you have any such achievement, make sure that you share your certificates with us. Next up, we have the financial aid for serving retired defense, CAPF, paramilitary personnel, and their dependents. So in case if you have any near ones or friends in such category, you can share such information with them. Some important dates, as you can see that the registrations for LPU NEST are open. It is the first step to apply for this program. The last date is 20th June 2022, and further you will be allotted with exam dates between 6th to 25th June, and within 24 working hours you will get your result and you can proceed for admissions. In case if you have any query, feel free to get in touch with us. On the right side of the website, we have listed our helpline details, the live video counseling icon, the schedule a call icon. You can also get in touch with our WhatsApp team, and down here we have mentioned our helpline numbers as well. So I'll just wind up with one more important thing. We have already conducted such informative webinars in past, and we will be keep conducting such webinars in the coming days. So if you want to enroll yourself for the upcoming webinars or go through the past webinars, just click on admissions, and on the left side you'll see an icon of LPU's Edu-Fair webinar. So once you go on this page, all the webinars for you have been listed. So you just have to register yourself and you will be good to go. So over to you, Ruby ma'am. I suppose I have shared majority of the information with our students, which can be helpful to apply for admissions and LPU. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rachna ma'am, for the detailed information about the admission part. And attendees, you have heard our mentorship, so I'll advise you that good things come to people who wait, but better things come to those who go out and get them. So don't just sit back and relax. Grab the opportunity to take admission in your preferred program and get better scholarship benefits. So with this, we conclude our today's webinar, which was on the topic technology and innovative dimensions of agriculture at LPU. So experts, thank you so much. Your years of research and your depth of understanding the topic and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful evenings for all the attendees. So on behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I thank you for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information provided to take better decisions regarding admission. And attendees, I enjoyed bringing this session to you, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much. So until next time, I will begin sign off.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vishal.